Welcome to the digital realm where dreams reach the sky. A queen in the virtual world where champions fly. Beware of her prowess, a legendary fame in this ultimate.
What is up, everybody? We are here with an interview today with your favorite person, KSI WLDMama. Mama.
Hello, hello.
Hey. Let me make sure your audio is coming through in there. 1 second, folks. Now, guys, I know y'all see I got a little Minecraft in the background, so, it ain't too crazy.
See, that's one game I never thought I would ever see you play was Minecraft. Like, that's just not you.
Hey, you gotta have a soft side somewhere, so.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I want to ask you, Mama. First thing I want you to tell me. Tell me about you and, what are your hobbies? Like not even KSI, just in general. What are your hobbies and what do you like to do?
Well, when I'm not handling stuff in KSI, I actually enjoy quilting. I do that quite a bit. I'm starting to make decorative, framed quilts, little mini quilts to hang up around the house. And I like to go fishing. I live in an area upstate New York. Is probably one of the best fishing areas in the state. I have access to Lake Ontario and Salmon River. They're both less than 5 miles from my house. And yeah, that's how I relax.
You like to fish? I didn't know you liked to fish.
Oh yeah, bro. Actually, this weekend I'm going salmon fishing.
Really? Salmon
Yes, sir.
fishing?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know that's gonna be fun. I think the best fish I ever caught was a 5-pounder bass, and it was just in the lake.
Yeah, I think the biggest fish I've ever caught was probably a 27-pound coho, which is a type of salmon, and then a 15 or 16-pound flathead catfish.
Flathead catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see you. What's the bait you use to catch those things?
With the catfish, usually it's cut up shiners, and then for salmon fishing, it kind of depends on what time of year you're fishing, because right now, it's their spawning season, so they're actually not really eating. So when they're swimming up the rivers to go spawn, you're using bags of eggs on a hook, and you're trying to get them to snap at it out of irritation, not hunger, because they don't eat while they're doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so if I didn't have any fishing bait and stuff, and I just got my fridge and stuff, could I use ham or hot dogs or something, or bologna or something?
Chicken livers, best thing out there.
Chicken liver? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that. Okay.
Yeah, you want something that's going to be kind of oily and smelly, because believe it or not, most fish actually smell things in the water. So, because it's in water, the scent gets dispersed. So you want something that's got oily, because that's what's going to carry the actual scent.
Right. Okay, I did not know that. So it's all about smell. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stinkier the bait, the better, especially for catfish.
Yeah, one time I got a fake bait. This was when I was really young. I ain't know nothing about fishing or anything like that. But I live in Florida. I'm surrounded by water. So what I tried was getting a fake bait, wrapping it in some plastic, and let it sit in pickle juice all night. And then we took it out. We went fishing, and I was like, bro, this does not work.
Good Lord, no. Listen, if you're trying to make your fake bait smell like something, get you a can of sardines and let it sit in the heat. and add like your
Mm,
fake bait sitting there. Oh yeah, then it'd be real stinky, but you'll catch some because it's gonna actually smell like something.
heck yeah. Yeah. All right. So my other question is, how did you get into gaming in the first place?
Oh, good lord. Um, so I'm gonna age myself here. Growing up, um, I started out on the original Atari systems.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went from there to Sega, the Nintendo, and then the Nintendo 64, and
Right.
so on. And then I grew up, had kids, and I took a break, because, you get busy working and taking care of your family and kids and all that stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
my youngest child, decided that she wanted to join our community, KSI, and all I kept hearing on the mic was dudes, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, bro, she's young, she's naive. This sound like a bunch of men on there, and I'm like, no, 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 no. So I had my oldest son help me create my Xbox profile. And him and one of our members, one scary SOB, helped me get up my gamer score because at that time you had to have 1,000 gamer score to join because it was during COVID or towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into gaming that way. And then once I joined, and started like getting to know the community and the squads and stuff, I thought, this is pretty cool. I like this. So that's when I picked up gaming again and started learning how to play COD and a bunch of other games, but I think the one that it stuck with me is COD. Because, I've always been like an outdoorsy shooter type person, so
Right.
getting around to run and gun and stuff, and I actually have to be in the outdoors was kind of cool. Only problem was with me being like an old school gamer, the way the controls work now on the controllers, like with the cameras and turning and all that other stuff. When I first started playing, dude, you were lucky if I wasn't looking at the sky or looking at the ground trying to figure out where I was going.
Oh
Until we
yeah.
figured out that I had to like actually set my controller on Southpaw and then something clicked and then I was able to play. So now that I'm so used to it like that, even with the new games that are coming out, I have to make sure that I'm able to customize the controller settings to Southpaw, which literally is flipping your sticks. Otherwise, I'm not able to play the game, so it's kind of cool. And it's a pain in the ass at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Learning this stuff. That's actually pretty good because like most like people like that get to that older age
hmm
tend to like not game and stuff. So it's
Oh,
pretty cool
dude, are
seeing
you
people get
like,
into it.
you're kidding me? Like Gen X, that's like my generation. Dude, we are some of the biggest gamers out there. We were gaming before gaming was a thing. Um, the thing about it is nowadays you really just don't hear about it from us because, we have real life and all that stuff going on.
Right.
But um, I'm telling you, if you really listen to the voices on COD, and R6 and like some of the other games, like the Explorer type games and things like that, you're probably going to find that you have a lot of older folks in here there than you realize.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that now because like every time I get on Call of Duty, I do hear like older people on there and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I always wonder like, dang, how does it feel to like play like an older COD compared to this COD? Like how do they feel about that?
Yeah,
And they tend to tell me that it's more competitive nowadays
well, you got to
than
think
like.
my first COD was Cold War. Okay. So you guys got to experience a bunch of CODs before I even started gaming, in the sense of
Mm-hmm.
the way gaming is these days. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a different beast because growing up as a kid, we didn't have online gaming. It was Nintendos and stuff weren't hooked up to the internet. We had those cartridges we had to plug in, and if they didn't work, you blew on them, even though the thing said not to, and that's how you got them to work. Um, just keeping it real. So that was a real thing that we ended up doing. Like you had would have a game for a long time, and it would get dust or it would get dirty, or you would get the little metal ends on it would start getting corroded and stuff just from moisture in the air.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't want to connect well, and you get it to work by blowing a little bit of moisture on it, which ended up eventually making it not work at all. But it would
Yeah.
help make the connection at the moment while you're wanting to play. So like gaming back then and gaming today, it's different, but it's the same type of thing because you're just getting out there and having fun. And the way gaming is more social now, with being able to talk on a mic like we are now, or,
Mhm.
in VCs on Discord, or, the other, social areas that we can utilize now. Um, it's a completely and totally different thing. But at the same time, the core of it is people just want to game and have fun. And they just kind of like want to have a getaway to get away from their everyday life.
Yes. Especially the people who like just got from their jobs, dealing with customers all day, and yeah, good thing to relax. All right.
Or step away
All
from the
right.
family or the kids, or, you know, it's their way of getting away from real life for a little while.
Sure. Stress free. It's
Hmm.
almost like a cigarette. It's almost like a cigarette, but like it's more healthy, I
Eh,
guess.
well, it depends on how much money you end up paying, huh? Spending on
For
your
sure.
little addictions with your gaming, because any
Mhm.
these days, especially with the increases prices with you know
Oh,
the
most definitely.
the Game Pass going up to 29, and the different levels that they have now, plus the access and stuff. Gaming's always been expensive, when it comes to it, down to it, but at the same time, it's still the same. You know what I mean? People just want to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could take anything back from the old days to here, it would definitely be the prices. Um,
I know.
Cause I knew I back then it was like what, like $20 at Walmart when we
Yes,
go buy GTA or something.
for a
Yeah.
game, yeah, but see, the one thing that we got to keep in mind when you're talking about, the difference in the prices back then to the things now. The
Mhm.
prices back then, if you bought one game, like to play on your system, and that was the only game you had, that's the only game you'd be able to play. Nowadays, if you get a Game Pass, like when you're on Xbox or even PC, or buy a thing subscription with Steam, whatever console or PC or PlayStation that you're utilizing, most of the time that subscription is going to give you access to other games, right? Back in the day when I played, it was either you bought the game outright, you go and rented it from, um, oh my, Blockbuster. That was a thing back
Mhm.
then. Or you would go down to your local arcade and start dropping quarters in so you could just play a game.
Yeah. That sounds way better. Like in the red, especially with the red box. Just drop one and just try it out.
Yeah.
I think they stopped that now. I think, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Because back then
Yeah.
it was, you were renting VHS tapes and CDs. CDs were a new thing, kind of thing. So yeah, it was definitely a different pace. But at the same time, I think the online gaming, um, actually gives you better because now it has more of a social aspect, especially if you're in an area like, for instance, like upstate New York, when if you're not in a city, there's really not a whole lot out there besides cows and the grocery store.
Yeah. And the crunchy and stuff. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, now I here's what I really wanted to get into, some juicy stuff. All
Okay.
right, so I've been hearing all around, a lot of rumors that you're a sports fan.
Uh-huh.
So you like football,
I
basketball?
do.
What are you into?
Football.
Really, football? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I'm assuming you already got your team, NFL.
Oh, Bills every day, all day long.
Oh, when I was at work, I actually seen a guy wearing their Bills shirt. I was like, "Hey, man, you got the wrong shirt on today, huh?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, that Bills." I was like, "Ah, get out of here." I'm like, "Yeah,
Well, the reason
okay,
why you
okay."
seeing people down in Florida wearing Bills shirts and stuff is because a lot of people in Florida are transplants from New York that are getting away from the winners. So you're gonna have a lot of homegrown Bills fans. Um,
Oh yeah.
like the only like actual game, NFL game I've ever been to was when I was in high school. And it was like a program that I was in, and they did a field trip, and we ended up with free tickets, and we ended up going to see a Bills game. And that
Mm,
was in their old stadium, and that was like one of the coolest things I've ever done. And actually, my husband and I are hopefully gonna be going to see him next year. Um, and I don't know the players and stuff like I used to. Kind of lost track. But at the end of the day, that's always going to be my hometown team. It's only a 3 hour drive from my house.
yeah, that's actually not bad.
No.
No, I know we I think it was like what September that
Hmm.
we had got beat by you guys. Man, y'all stumped that crap out of us,
Oh
man.
yeah, listen,
Like
boy,
31-21.
Bills
Golly, man.
Bills right now are 4-0. They've won their last four games.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm with the Dolphins right now. We like 3-4, and yeah, it's not going too good for us at the moment. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you in, you into any college though?
Um, I'll watch college ball, but I don't really like follow it like I do the Bills.
Hmm.
Like my husband's from deep South Mississippi. So like he's always about like Crimson Tide and all that stuff. And I'll watch it with him, but I don't get as into it as like when I'm watching my team.
Yeah, ain't nothing like your team like that.
Mm-mm.
Yours, yeah. Okay, okay. Uh, and I know you like basketball as well. In the NBA.
A little bit. Like I'm one of those people if it's a sport and it's like got action, I'm gonna watch it. That doesn't mean I
Hmm.
necessarily follow a team. I really don't anymore. I come from the generation, Magic Johnson and, Mike and all that, and I really don't know a lot of the big players anymore, but it's still fun to watch.
You ever did sports in like in your high school days?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I did. I played Little League. Um, and I was an outfielder, and I tended to be who they had pitch hit because I tended to hit line drive home runs over the fence. You never wanted to park your car on the right side of the fence because
Well,
I tended to hit line drives right down first baseline, and almost always go over the fence. Because yeah, I broke a windshield or two. Just saying.
oh damn,
Oh yeah.
not the windshield.
Oh yeah. And let's see, in high school, my junior and sophomore years, I played football. I was the only girl on the team. And I actually got out on the field and I actually played.
Wait,
Um,
like football, football?
yeah, football, honey.
Oh
Pads,
wow,
helmet,
that.
all that shit. We were in a small
God
school,
dang.
you know. So, but yeah, no, I played a little bit. It was fun. I was the smallest one on the team. Well, shortest anyway. I
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily say smallest. But one thing about being short on the team, you got that low center of gravity, dude. It's really hard to move
Hmm.
me unless you know how what you're doing. So I tended to be, halfback, or on defense on front line, depending on where they needed me.
Yeah. What was your favorite position out of all that?
Probably on the front line, dude.
Oh, you like to be in the front.
I like the snap of the pads, bro.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that is pretty fun. Nose when defense when you're on like on nose guard,
Oh
that is pretty
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, because then you're snapping those pads and nice little twist of the shoulders, let them slide through, and you go up through and freaking knock the crap out of the freaking Um, yeah,
Quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, that's the
make
greatest.
make
I
them
swear.
remember your name. Say my name. Say my name.
Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
Um. All right. All right. All right. So my next question is: I already know that you're into music,
Mm-hmm.
so you know what's
Okay.
your genre?
Dude, see, that's one of those things you can't pin down for me because I grew up listening to like I guess nowadays they call them the hair bands from the mid 80s to like early 90s, like John Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, AC/DC, stuff like that. As I
Okay.
got older, in the 90s and the 2000s, it was, more of the pop stuff with um the the light hip hop where Backstreet Boys, stuff like that. Um, and then now as an adult, I listen to all kinds of crap. Anywhere from the old rock to the new hip hop to, you know, country. It kind of depends on the mood and what I'm feeling that day.
Yeah. Like, what's the vibe? Okay. Okay.
hmm
Yeah, same
hmm
here. Same here. Like when I'm at the gym or something, I'll do like maybe some heavy metal a little bit.
Yeah, or
Okay.
to actually for me when I'm working out, I like doing this is gonna sound really weird, orchestra. When I was in high school and in grade school, I played the French horn. So
Hmm.
finding those rhythms when you're actually working out and listening for like the instrument that you used to play, it was kind of cool. It was a decent beat to work to. So yeah, like dude, can't pin that one down because it's like all over the place.
Yeah. Especially when you're at work trying to get the time by. That's what I like to do. When I'm in the back cutting by myself, I
hmm
just tune in and stuff with my earphones, just zone out.
Unfortunately, I can't do that because I'm a nurse. So as a nurse, I can't like tune everything out because then I wouldn't be able to do my job because then I'm not listening to my patients.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was just about to ask the next question. So you're a nurse, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm a licensed practical nurse.
How did you get into that?
Oh, good Lord. So I didn't go back to school to be a nurse until I was in my late 30s. Um, my husband had an issue with his heart. He ended up in the hospital for over
Oof.
a week. And after that, I was like, you know what? That's something that I've always wanted to do, but just never could do because I was raised in a family.
Right.
And my husband was like, if that's what you want to do, we'll make it happen. So I ended up going through BOCES, which is like a program for skill trades that we have up here. And I went back to school for my nursing degree. So it was 11 and a half months to get my license. And that was very intense. My husband ended up working almost a year straight without missing a day so that I could be able to do that. I've been a nurse now for a little over 10 years.
Oh dang.
hmm
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? You'll make a good freaking medic in the military or something. No,
Dude,
I can see
if
it now.
if I didn't have my oldest so young, I probably would have been. I took my ASVAB my junior year, scored in the top 97 percentile. I s- until I was like 40, I was still getting letters in the mail from the Marines and the Army wondering if I was still interested in enlisting.
Yeah, cause like I can tell right now, cause like first of all, you're athletic, athletic based on like football and all that
hmm
stuff, and like you're pretty clever, pretty genius and stuff. You know how to improvise. You're pretty creative, so like that it makes sense. But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. How long did it take you to do that,
To
the
do what?
nursing, to get to like where you are now with nursing?
Um, I took the course. It was 11 and a half months. After I took the course, I had to pass the state boards. I took that like 6 weeks after I graduated, And then I was licensed and working. See, I got end of August. By February, I was licensed and I had a job
It took
as a
11
nurse.
months to do that?
11 and a half months, yeah, for
Dang.
the nursing course. Yes, sir.
I thought it took longer and stuff,
Well,
but
see,
dang.
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I'm not an RN. So there's
Mm,
different parts of nursing. So an RN, which is a registered nurse, there's the one typically what you see in like the ER and in the hospitals and those type of situations. Um,
oh,
as an LPN, you tend to see those in doctors' offices, nursing homes, things like that.
right. Yeah, I thought it was like all the same. I didn't know there was like different
No,
parts of like
yeah, there's
nurses.
definitely different parts, bro.
All right. That's interesting. All right. This brings me to my next question is this is going to be on KSI now.
Okay.
So I already know how you got into KSI. You know, you explained to
hmm
me it was your daughter and stuff. So like, and you started to enjoy it and stuff. And my question is, what made you want to kind of like step up? Because like you already had your accomplishment of joining. What made you want
hmm
to step up to
Ooh,
become an officer?
so that's kind of interesting. Um, with becoming an officer, sometimes it's one of those things to where you either choose to or it chooses you. With me being the older generation in our community, I tended to be the one that people come to ask questions and stuff. Um, Even with me being a fairly new member. And
Mm-hmm.
I just decided, you know what? I see the potential here, but there's things that needed to be changed in order for the community, I felt, in order for it to reach its fullest potential. And the only way I was going to be able to help make that happen was become an officer. And once I decided that's what I wanted to do, um, through, some hard work and dedication, I moved up through the ranks fairly quickly. I was a co-founder probably, I think, within 7 or 8 months of deciding to become an officer.
Golly,
hmm
that's fast. Were there any like bad times you had, and like as coming up as an officer? Any like hard times you had or difficulty?
Oh, dude. As a gen, with my squad, um, it was Hydra. There was a lot of difficulties, trying to maintain an officer corps, trying to maintain active members, making sure everybody was trained good. But then once I became a co-founder, there came a point in time where the current director and the sevens that were over my division decided to leave the community. And when they left, the majority of the officers left with them, which pretty much left me being over. I think there was 4 squads at the time, with almost no officers. And it took a lot of hard work to, bring everything together and get things going in the right direction. Came from a lot of help from a lot of members that weren't officers, but still at the same time they wanted to step up and help. So, um, and then once we got that stabilized, another division went through something similar, and so on and so forth, and I ended up having to go over there to help, and then got that one stabilized and doing well, and lo and behold, the next division went through the same thing. One thing about communities I'm learning is that they tend to reinvent themselves every so often, and they tend to go through that because people are going to be people. People are going to have disagreements. Not everybody
Right.
is always going to be of the same mind about how things should be done. Not everybody's going to have the same opinion. And sometimes, instead of sticking it through and finding a compromise, sometimes people just decide, it's too much and that they don't want to deal with it and they leave. And that happens. There's nothing wrong with it. Um, but at the same time, the ones that are left behind, we got to pick up the pieces and keep it pushing.
Exactly. And like Yeah, and I kind of I think I was through those times too when I was in
Mm-hmm.
Hydra. How you
Yep.
pull it together? That right there is something special right there. Like that right there reminds you of why you have the diehard reward today. You know, like I feel like you should have received that a long time ago. You know, especially when Valkyrie was invented from
Mm-hmm.
Hydra and stuff. Like I feel like you should have been got that one long
But
time ago.
but here's my thing. In the awards and all that stuff, I'm grateful for them. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, they're not why I do it. Because if I was doing it just because of an award,
Hmm.
yeah, that's no award is going to make up for, the lost sleep, the hours put into planning, all that
Of
stuff.
course,
That's it's a thank you and it's great, but being able to see the squads and the divisions that you help build
that's the
thrive
rewards you like.
and function and doing well and people having a good time and the members
Hmm.
enjoying themselves here, at the end of the day, that's the biggest reward in itself.
Hell
And
yeah.
the other stuff, I'm thankful for it, but at the same time, it's not necessary for me to do what I'm doing because I would do it regardless.
Exactly. Like I know you don't care about the rank and stuff. Like I don't even care about the rank anymore. At first, I thought like when officers was moving up, they just wanted the rank and stuff and like power just to show off. But now that I got experiences of it, it's not all about the rank and stuff. It's all about you know wanting to help the gaming community grow and stuff. Me right now, I could care less about a rank. I know you don't care about a rank either. If you could and stuff, you probably wouldn't mind like starting all over again. But yeah. And
I don't know about that. It's there's a lot to it that I'm not sure if I'd want to go through again, especially if I had to go through
yeah, I
everything that
mean,
I went through to get to where I am now.
that's
Um,
crazy. It's stressful, so stressful.
but at the same time, even with the position that I have now, I still do the same things that I used to do. I still host, game nights every now and then. I still help the officers out. I still have a hand in the training. I still go and help where I'm needed. I
Right.
might be a director, but I'm not a director that just sits back and watches. I can't do that. That's just not who I am.
You know that's called, Mama. That's called being a leader. You're not a boss. You're a leader.
Oh,
That's what that is.
eh, thank
But
you.
yeah, and I go to thinking sometimes. Like I even ask like people that's like been in KSI before, and no longer, and we've been asking ourselves, what happens if Mama was to leave KSI? Like where would people? What would people do? How would stuff go if she's like not here? You know, that's what I like
So,
questioning. Like,
so here's my thing. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. But at the same time, if I've done my job right and I did the things that were needed, this community would be able to grow and thrive whether I'm here or not. Because this isn't about me, never has been, never will be.
right.
Because at the end of the day, it's about you guys, the members, the officers that are like in there day in and day out. Yeah, I'm up here. Yeah, I help out, but at the same time, it's not about me. And if I'm doing my job correctly, whether I'm here or
Mm-hmm.
not, you guys are going to be okay.
Okay. Like, yeah, that's pretty much good because I know you do your part and stuff, and it's really good, and it's very inspiring too. Like, yeah, you got a lot of fans out there that likes what you do and stuff, And sometimes I get people in the DM asking questions about you. Say, can she be friends with me? Can I join her parties and stuff? I'm like, guys, her parties are open every day. She's always in the VC. If you want to talk with her, I mean, her DMs are open.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think sometimes people get intimidated because they see the director in my name now and they think because, I'm a director, I'm not just gonna like hang out with folks. But bro, um I'll be honest with you. I would much rather just be joining the VCs and gaming with the members than having to deal with some of the stuff that you have to deal with the higher you get. Because, that's where the fun is, you know?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Um, Another question. What's your favorite department out of all departments in KSI?
That's a tough one because it really is. Because the only department that I have not had a hand in is graphics. I've done a little bit with productions. I've learned how to edit a little bit. Um, it's not as on par as some of our editors. Um, I've done T&E, actually still part of T&E. And to be honest with you, I think that's as far as departments go, that's kind of where my heart's at, is T&E, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if T&E is done correctly, um, they can be an integral part of what we do for our members, like by offering, community-wide game nights, by, doing squad battles or div battles, and, you know, doing all those kinds of things that our members are going to enjoy and have fun with. Um, and, our annual events, they're great and they offer, an opportunity for us to have a little bit more individual competition.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the things that we've been talking about in Teeny and bringing that are going to be coming are going to help not only the department but the community as a whole. Like all of our departments, they all have a part in what makes our community a great place, whether it's our productions and, getting our streams out there and the clips out there of our members that are, doing some funny shit on their games or, going on ham and, you know, getting some really good kills. Or our graphics team that make these amazing little arts for our gamer tags. Hold on. My dog's just going crazy. I apologize.
Now
Um,
you're good.
um, make the little graphics that we use for our gamer tags, or
Mm-hmm.
they do a lot more than that. They've been designing now for the KSI store for the things that we're offering for our members to be able to purchase to do that kind of thing. So like every part of the departments has a role within our community, and each one of them has a different effect for our members. So at the end of the day, T&E is where I'm at right now. That's what I'm enjoying, but who knows? That could change. I could decide I want to pick something else up. But that's the one thing that's great about our community is you can try out and do different things and learn different skills and have fun with it because it's there and we have great people that are there willing to teach you. We have folks that are willing to listen to
Mm-hmm.
ideas, so it's cool because you don't have to just stick with one thing anymore.
Yeah, that is true. There's all types of stuff you can get into. Um, like you said, graphics, to T&E, productions, web ops. That's what makes it all good. Exploring everything. Um, let's see. Chat. Anything you guys would love to ask Mama? Any questions y'all want? I can ask if y'all want me to. Let me know. I know I've been dying here in Minecraft. I'm just walking around, a bunch of zombies just chasing me for no reason. But yeah, we're still here.
All right, Flaw said no, you didn't. What is he talking about? Mr. Odin, sir, explain, please.
Please explain. I'm about to stand right here.
Oh, you forgot. Okay, yeah, I forgot you're old like me.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Uh,
Uh-huh. Okay.
Now a lot of people have been wanting me to ask you this
Okay.
over the polls. Um, One of the polls was hilarious. It was only a joke, but I guess I mean, it won. Somehow it won. They had asked, KSI fire from camping, then COD. You know, do you think you have what it takes to stop
Oh,
me
dude,
from
I already
camping?
know I do. How many times have I snuck in there and shot you up out of your corners and stuff when you were
Oh
least
gosh.
expecting it? Don't be playing like I don't do that already. That's nothing new. I already get you out of your corners. The heck you talking about? I don't let you sit there. Are you kidding me?
That is true. But now it looks like I got some different upgrades and stuff. What, like,
Mm,
there's no more claymores. There's more
okay.
of more destruction stuff that can protect me. Your drill charges got nerfed. No more drilling holes through walls
Okay,
anymore
I
on
never
me.
used those to start with, dude. I always straight up shot you, and I don't really use those. I might throw a grenade every or a Simtex every now and then, but as far as the
Mm-hmm.
rest of that, never used it. Normally, if I'm getting you out of
Mm,
the corners, it's because I'm beaming you in the head.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That reminds me, I need to just start camping in buildings from now on. You know, instead of
I'll
being
still find
outside.
I'll still find your little tiny honey.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah. My try hard days are over. It's more fun camping and stuff. You really should join me because I had this whole 6 man camp in the back of the spawn, and they just come back there and just get obliterated. And like we talk trash at the end of the game, saying,
Right, right,
"Ah, you couldn't kill us."
but here's the thing. If you're sitting in the back of your spawn and you're just waiting for them to come to you, dude, that's no skill.
Exactly.
That's no
It's the
skill.
point.
That's
Defense
no
wins
skill.
everything.
Not when you're playing with a good offense, baby.
Hmm. Okay, I got a question in chat. It says, "What are your end goals in KSI? Like, what are you planning to do?"
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. Um, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be a part of this community for as long as I can be. My end goal is to make the community to where our members are having a good time, that they're active. We're making things easier for them to be able to be active, that we're making things
Right.
easier for our officers to be able to be officers without it feeling like it's a second job. Um, and I think we're doing better with that than we did in the past. Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we come to KSI to get away, um, and enjoy ourselves. Um, so my end goal is for everybody to be able to have fun and for people to actually know who's in their squad, who know who their leaders are, who their officers are. Um, I guess the best way for me to describe my eventual vision for KSI, and this is going to sound really weird because it's coming from an old sitcom, called Cheers. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Um,
Oh, sounds familiar.
okay, it's based out of a Boston bar, and they had regulars that would come in there, and when the regulars would come in, everybody would shout their name because they knew who they were.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I want our members to feel like that every time they join a VC. I want our officers to feel like that when they join a VC. I want folks to feel like they are part of something, not just a number, not just, this vague, symbol on a sheet for us to be able to pat our pockets, to be able to say, oh, we got this X many members. No. I want our members at the end of the day to feel like they matter.
Yeah.
That's my end goal.
Well, for me, you definitely reached that goal for me. Because every time I go in the voice chat, they'd be like, "Oh, there goes that camper." Mama, get him.
Listen. It could be worse, you know. I could have them picking on you about your job.
I would love that.
Really? Because if I start
uh,
having them pick on you about your job, you're working as a butcher, which means you're playing with meat all day long. Like,
I do
dude.
more than that. I cut them, man. I cut them,
Mm-hmm.
slice them, and then sell them. I make
Uh-huh.
money,
But
but
but you get what
but
I'm saying, though. You
yeah.
start doing that in the chats, they're gonna start calling you the meat man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can see it
And
now.
other
KSI
things.
Meatman. That's a good name. KSI Meatman 7. Hmm.
Oh, Lord have mercy, help us all.
Heck yeah. I'll just answer flaw with the meat man already. Sausage head. Oh, that's how you feel, flaw? That's how you feel? Oh, that's crazy. Already? Watch this make us go around and start spreading the
Well, I
word.
mean,
Hey, meat man.
listen. Everybody's got a gig, right? Everybody calls me Mama. Swag is the Pickle King. You know, Venom's the Badman. You got to find out what your skit's gonna be. Are you gonna
Oh
be the
yeah.
campfire camper? Are you gonna be the meat man? Which one's better?
I go by many names.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay.
Heck yeah. As long as I'm known, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't care what it's for, I'm known.
Okay. What else you got?
Mm, Chat, is there anything else y'all want to ask Mama that I haven't said yet? Don't be shy. I'm here.
I'm scared.
All right. I don't see any more
What?
questions.
Well, we're waiting on questions about me to come up. Seeing that you're asking me what my end goal is. What's yours?
My end goal is for KSI to not only have a military to do competitive stuff, but to
Okay.
also have like a more variety of different types of games.
Okay.
Like what I mean by that, because like we already do that, but what I mean by that is like, for example, like the news team say, hey, have a team to say, hey, this game is coming out and stuff. I want basically my end goal is for like us, everybody to have like a game that they like and to like be able to like to know how to form their own guilds and stuff within the game. Like for example, Destiny. I know
Mm-hmm.
Venom and Prophecy, they got their thing going on in Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
and they invite KSI members in there to like participate and stuff, and like they do challenges, help each other grind, get like weekly practices in with each other and stuff like that. That's my end goal for KSI, to have fun, you know, stress free, somewhere to go if they need to relax and have fun. I want to come home to like a party full of people, like at least like 50 members within a voice chat, in each voice chat actually. My also end goal is for people to come in and say, "Hey, there goes that camper fire. What's up, bro?" Like like so like that. Like it ain't even gotta be like that. It could be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm being greeted and stuff. Welcome
In
to the
other words,
party.
in other words, you want to get it to where you feel like more different games are a little bit more accepted now than just the first person shooter stuff kind of thing.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Basically.
Okay. I got you. I
All
got
right.
you.
Let's see. Ridden, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you. 6 months. Appreciate you, brother. All right. What are you about to do tonight, Mama? Anything you got going on tonight?
I'm gonna go to the hardware store, grab some more stain because we got like some stuff we gotta finish up around the house. And then I'm gonna be
Yeah.
hopping on Call of Duty and playing for a bit and enjoying the new
Heck yeah.
beta while I can.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, if that's all we got, guys, I will be ending this. So I'm gonna give y'all the next 2 minutes to ask me something that y'all want to ask Mama. My boy Flaw. And by the way, guys, I will choose a different game to play. I mean, Minecraft is cool, but I keep dying by these guys. So I'm gonna put a poll in casual.
Listen, don't even do that. Load up your seeing that we're waiting for folks to come in here and ask stuff. What hold on, Flaw's got a question. What do you think can be more simplified so recruiting and member involvement can increase? The biggest thing with the recruiting, And because, things have been made more difficult with the LFTs not working as well as they used to. Um, it's basically learning how to network and getting out there and actually playing on the games that you enjoy, and utilizing the game chats and actually talking to the folks that you're in the game with. And if you find someone that you vibe with and, you guys are having fun and stuff, tell them about your community. Believe in what you're selling. And a lot of times that makes it a lot easier when it comes to the recruiting. As far as making it easier, as far as the paperwork side, that side of it's probably about as easy as we can get it. Um, and it's the member involvement. The biggest thing about that is communication. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because if we're not talking to our members and actually listening to what they want and asking them what they would like to see or what games they're actually playing and actually, acting upon those things, then we're not doing our jobs. And to get it to increase, that has to go both ways. Our members have to be willing to tell us what they need from us so that we can adapt and change the way we're doing things to be able to help them want to be more involved. And it's a two-way street,
Absolutely.
because if we're wanting more member involvement and we wanting more members, to, come to the game nights and stuff like that, officers are got to be willing to, offer interesting game nights that members want to be at, but the members have also got to, do their part. And what I mean by that is they got to be involved. They got to be talking in the chats. They got to be talking to their officers. Um, you can't always expect somebody to be chasing you down and say, "Hey, what do you want to do? Um, what do you want to play?" Like, speak up. Biggest thing, we want more
Exactly.
as members need to be speaking up. We can't make the environment, that you're going to enjoy, that you want to game, if you're not speaking up, because otherwise we're just making an assumption. And if we're making assumptions, 9 times out of 10 we're going to be wrong because we're assuming things. Um, so, dude, when it comes to KSI or any other gaming community or any community that you're involved with, whether it's in real life or online, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you're willing to put in a little bit of time and, say, hey, I want to play this, or hey, let's do that, then you're going to enjoy yourself more. But if you're just sitting there and waiting for somebody to come to you, dude, you're going to be bored out of your skull.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, is there any more questions, anyone? Okay. Yeah, and I just want to say, really, thank you for this interview, Mom. I learned a lot. I
Okay.
learned some stuff that I didn't know about, you in general,
All
and
right.
glad to learn.
Okay.
Glad to
So
learn.
why don't you load up something for old time's sake? See if you remember this. What was the one game that I used to play when I was first coming into KSI because I couldn't play COD?
Oh, that's the easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So why don't we end it out with you and I going at it for a round? Load your stuff up as we
Uh,
leave. Old
I
school.
don't. Hey, on the stream, I don't know if you can cloud play while streaming. Is that possible?
Oh, okay, because you don't have it installed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Hey, you know it was crazy? I was mopping the floors with everybody on cloud play with that thing. That's close.
Okay. Really? Because that's why I
Oh.
made you say, no, Mama, don't do that. Okay.
Yeah. I
Whatever.
ducked, guys. I ducked, Mama. I ducked that. I'm saved once again. I'm not gonna get my butt beat on camera. So yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let me
Oh,
get
that's
out.
crazy.
Let me get out my what was her name? The one with the
Oh.
green staff.
Oh, Jade.
Jade.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Exactly.
let me
Yeah.
get out my
See.
Jade. I'll start whooping your butt with the
Uh,
green baton.
I am good.
You're good.
Hey yo.
Okay.
Hey yo, Simba, I am not gonna get beat up on camera like that, man. I'm only the interviewer. I'm not even trying to get beat up like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Alrighty. That's fine, but one of these nights we'll have to. Just stream
for
it.
sure,
We're
for sure.
doing a 1v1, and I'll have to get your booty out of that corner.
Oh man, yeah, we'll see though. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently. Oh, my also the end goal thing. Back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing, I will become Pickle King. Will become Pickle King.
Oh, you
So
think you're good? You think you're gonna be able to take Swag's place? That's an
swag, get
awful
ready.
mighty glow. That's an
Swag, get
awful
ready,
mighty
man.
high goal.
That's all I gotta say.
Yes, Raiden, I talked about the merch, baby.
Yeah.
KSI
Hey yo,
definitely has some new designs out there for our merch. We actually have a merch store that is working up and running. So if you're a member here and you want to be able to rock, your community when you go out or relax or just sitting around home, make sure you hit it up.
yeah. I actually got a merch from KSI one time. I think it was a long time ago when I first
I
joined. I
still
had
got my coffee cup.
I purchased the beanie,
Did
the
you?
black and yellow. I'll post it in casual chat whenever.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. All right, darling. Is that all you need for me? Are you done?
Yes, ma'am. Again, I want to say thank you, guys. Yes, they still do have stickers. Okay, they still have stickers. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Guys, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for showing up. This will happen again. Stay tuned for more to come. There's a mystery person who we got to interview soon, so just want y'all to know that. But yeah, thank you, Mama, for showing up, and yeah.
Anytime, honey. Have a good one, y'all. See you gaming.
Peace.
In this ultimate challenge, she'll conquer the game.
Ferocious goddess dominates the screen.